Public utility service. So what are public utility service? Utility means necessary essential services. Okay, essential important services. Okay, the types of services, if they are disrupted, then it will have a very bad effect on the public. So these are called public utility services. In comparison to normal industries, the restrictions and control of government on the public utility services is more. Okay, the workmen or workers, they are not allowed to go on strikes unnecessary. Okay, there are many restrictions on them. The section 2N of Industrial Disputes Act is defines the or categorizes the public utility services. What are these industry or services? Railway, the, comes under public utility service. Air transport, major ports or docks, postal services. Okay, telephone, telegraph, power supply to your house, electricity supply, light, water to the public. Section of industrial establishment, on which safety of establishment or workmen depend. Okay, if there is an industrial establishment and there is a department on which the safety of the establishment of the worker or the worker safety depends, then that department will also come under public utility services. Public conservancy system or sanitation, etc. So all these industries or services comes under public utility services because they are very essential to the public. Okay, so the government has more control or more restrictions. It puts more restrictions on these industries. Industries specified in first schedule. Okay, there are some industries which are not public utility services, but the in times of emergency or in public interest, the government can declare them as public utility services and put more restrictions on them. So the appropriate government, if satisfied in public interest or emergency, can declare any industry or service as public utility services for maximum 6 months, or it may extend the period. Okay, or repeat it, but it has to prove the necessity to declare that service or industry as a public utility services. Okay, so what are the industries in first schedule which can be declared as public utility services in times of emergency or in public interest? The industries or services related to land transport or water transport. As railways and air transport are already public utility services, so the land transport or water transport can also be declared public utility services in case of emergency or public interest. Banking industry or mints, they can also be declared as public utility services. In the time of corona covid, okay, the government declared the banking industry as a public utility services. So the workmen or the unions of banking industry, banking sector, they were restricted or they were prohibited from going on strike during that period. Hospital industry, dispensary, food stuff, cotton textile industry, cement, iron, steel, coal, mining, fuel gases, oil, nuclear fuel, nuclear components, defense establishment, airport authority of India, etc. All these industries, they can be declared public utility services by the government. Okay, by the appropriate government, if it feels, if it is satisfied that it's in public interest or in emergency. So this was public utility services. Next topic will be wages, which we will cover in next video.